Whew. Alrighty, guys. Good morning. Welcome to the live stream where we first review the watch list and we trade the market open every day. Hope everyone had a good, relaxing morning. I see Satoshi's comment in there. How broke are we going to go to be today? Well, I hope that is not the situation today. I actually ended yesterday a little bit green. So we had a green day yesterday. We had that leftover trade, so I'll actually review that first with SIF. But yeah, today is Thursday already. This week is absolutely flying by. They're always flying by. It's 9:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's also the 14th of May. We got another 15 minutes till the market opens at 9:30. We wrap up trading and the stream typically around 10:45, so before 11 a.m. Check out the video description for some FAQs, and let's dive into things. Gotta figure out where to put my microphone. I still need to get a microphone stand. It's kind of like awkwardly on the side of my desk, which I think, from what I hear, is annoying if you have surround sound, because I'm like coming from one corner, kind of creeping in on you. So I apologize for that. AIM kind of pulling higher here. This is looking kind of interesting. I don't like the fact, I mean, you guys already know what I'm going to say if you've been here for like, a couple weeks. I don't like the fact that it's on the backside of a very big move. I think there's going to be a lot of bag holders here. We have huge resistance at 3.6 to $4. What I think is we might have a little bit morning gap run to 3.6, maybe 3.4, try to retest that area. And then I wouldn't be surprised if AIM pulled back the rest of the day. At the moment, it is kind of our lead gapper here, big volume pre-market. Let's go through some of the stats on it. 50% gapping up pre-market, 26 million float. Right here, you can see the shares outstanding, 27 million, 65 million market cap. It's a U.S. securities company. U.S. biotech. A lot of the companies we're looking at today are biotechs. Actually, they're almost all U.S. biotechs except APDN. So there's a FDA authorization. Trial with cancer, reports FDA authorization for use. Okay, that's pretty big news. FDA human trial authorization. Yeah, I totally feel you, Satoshi. I couldn't really agree anymore. Morning, Marco. So can you keep an eye out for this one? This could be a nice little move here. It is kind of starting to creep up. This is not looking too bad, 7% already. I wouldn't be surprised if we broke 3.2. I also wouldn't be surprised if, like I said in the beginning, if we touch 3.5, maybe 3.6. I don't really see this one going past 4 much. If we break past 4, maybe we're going to hit to 4.5, 4.7, but I'd be really, really careful in these areas. Big resistance. Long term, so just keep an eye out for that. Let me quickly review SIF as well. So here it is from yesterday. We had a really quick, or not really quick, this was actually a pretty long trade for me. So on the daily chart, you can kind of see down here that we have multi-month support and resistance right here at $4. This has always been kind of a bit of a pivot zone. So I was like, if $4 does not break, and you guys saw me talk about this in the recap video yesterday, we were watching it right around here when I was filming the recap video, and $4 broke, but we only pulled to 393, and then we popped right back up, not with a lot of volume, but a break of big support with no volume is typically a false break, and then there's going to be a little bit of a bounce. And that's why I bought on this kind of pullback here, and I had a sell order ready to go like at 437. Guess what? We went to 436 and pulled back, and I was like, typical. So we pulled back. I had to sit through this. It wasn't looking too strong. There was no volume. I had a feeling we would at least get a retest in this area, so I sold out in that retest. So I was able to end yesterday green. So that was kind of a nice little little surprise there. FWP lead gapper from yesterday as well. This one, I just want to kind of point out the fact that, you know, how hard did this sell off? Just absolutely wicked, right? It's down at the lows about 45% from that big move. And that's why we don't hold these things very long. Typically by 11 o'clock, we're done trading. You can see, you know, 11 o'clock was really the nail in the coffin for FWP. Whoops, let me try to get this into a proper spot again, this chart. Kobe's wondering, once imported, how do you know how to save? What do you mean? You can click save. So I have the day trader too. You just go here, and then you can say save grid as. I have my TOS set up to auto save whatever changes I make. I think that's here in the setup or something like that. I don't really remember, else I would show you. But nice, man. Although you said you came from Fidelity, I've actually never used Fidelity, so I'm not sure what their platform's like. But I assume it's like most other large retailer platforms, like maybe E-Trade. I hear actually that TD Ameritrade is kind of like the weird one. It's like switching from Windows to Apple's or something like that, because not necessarily that it's better or worse. It's just a lot of the other ones have similar interfaces, and then TD Ameritrade is a bit different. Like there's no way to type in the price here of what you want to buy. So like there's fundamental shifts that take a little bit of getting used to. Kobe says it's terrible. Well, I guess I'll have to take your word for it. Cruiser's wondering if I resort to swing trading on losing trades. No, I do not. I simply just get out. I get out very, very quick. Basically, break out or get out. That's my motto. With the gap and go strategy. This is very specific to this strategy. Let's quickly go through the rest of the watch list. We have EMAN just popping up here around really cheap. So I'm not sure if I'm going to be even really paying this one too much attention. Pretty aggressive rip here to the upside. Quite a nice move, 33%. Already getting rejected off the area. Supply chain distributions has a little bit of news coming out. Not really sure what to make out of it. Either way, it's sub-dollar, so probably won't be paying attention to it. IMUX. You know, this one's been pulling back kind of hard, and it's kind of surprising. But IMUX, 50% pre-market gap, 12 million float, pretty similar to the shares outstanding. Again, a US biotech. Let me quickly see what kind of catalyst it has on it. This is the company that I think was going to get bought out at one point. A lot of news yesterday. Gets approval for trial right here. Gets German approval for trial. I think phase 2. Phase 2 trial. COVID-19. Could be an interesting play. It's a bit out of my price range, my ideal price range between $2 and $7. I don't know if I want to get super aggressive with that. Could have room to run to 20. Right now it's at 15, or it was at 15. $12.5, big support and resistance as well. Keep an eye out for this $15 level. Seems quite important. So let's see if we could pop back above 13 on it. APDN, this is so far a second lead gapper on the day. 100% gapping up pre-market, quite an aggressive move. This is really the interesting part. 3 million float, 3.4 million shares outstanding. So this one has spikeability. That's what I like to see. It's got that first big leg to the upside, kind of consolidating a little bit. U.S. securities company. A lot of news. FDA emergency use authorization for diagnostic assay kit. Okay, so we've seen this one a few times in the past. FDA emergency use authorization. It's actually the first time I've seen that used. A lot of authorizations going through lately. Could be an interesting one. So far, I mean, this is a really nice move so far, 100+%. Now it's pulling back around 20%. $15 seems to be holding the highs. I think APDN, I would like to be watching out of the gate. I'm definitely going to put it up here on my other chart. And then I'll have AIM up as well. We've traded APDN in the past. Kind of a red to green move that didn't have as great follow through. Actually, let me just go ahead and show you guys this. This is APDN from basically earlier this month. We had quite an aggressive morning panic, really aggressive morning panic, all the way back to $10, 23% pullback. So just keep an eye out for that. Pulled back even more, and then eventually, finally found its high. So quite an aggressive morning pullback. So just keep an eye out for that one. Satoshi says he's been holding APDN for 3 days. Yeah. We have BPMX, 78% gapping, 50 million float, US biotech. Don't see anything specific about it today. A lot of resistance overhead. Merger. Shareholders approve merger. This one's got a big merger coming up here. Kind of interesting. So I guess it depends on what price it gets merged on. All right, let's see here. We got another minute 50. I want to quickly look at VERU, which Heiko I know is shorting at the moment. Definitely some buyers here in the order book, but they're below $4. Definitely some resistance at 4.38, maybe 4.5. Good morning, everyone that's kind of coming in here. GNUS, I could pull it up for a second, and then I want to be focusing on what I want to be trading here. GNUS, pretty big run up there. I think dollar is definitely some big support. We've been looking at this one quite a lot. I don't know, the rate of change is a bit slow so far, pulling back. I'm not sure if we're going to trade this one. I could put alerts here if we break higher though. Maybe I'll look at it. I think that $1 could be a great bounce territory though. That's something you might be interested in. So I'm getting a bit more warning signals here. Got another 45 seconds to the market open. AIM is looking quite interesting with this move here. APDN, just keep a close eye on that one. This one could really dip. Could maybe have a red to green move, but I'm not sure. Would like to get in with AIM with maybe 300 shares. Kind of aggressive morning here. Let's see what happens. This could be a nice little quick pop to the upside. I'd be taking my profits fairly quick. Got another 10 seconds here till the market opens. Good luck, guys. So far, selling volume coming in. Would not be surprised if this thing pulled back a little bit more. A lot of probably sell orders are getting executed right now. Buyers at 320, 321. Instant pullback there, really, really strong. Check out APDN pulling all the way to $14. Markets are a little bit red. Yeah, I might have another sell-off right here. 310, finding some support. Getting chipped away again. See if we can buy into this little dip, this morning panic here. Entered at 306. $305, getting, hopefully adding some support here. Could see a little bit of a move to the upside. Let's see what kind of bounce we get. Finally, some buyers coming in here, looking a little bit stronger finally. 312. Looking for another candle to make a new high here. Big buyers, look at that nice volume here. Could be a little start to a red to green move here. Ideal entry would actually be more closer to 315 as this candle makes a new high. Let's give this one a little bit longer here. This could be the move. Taking some risk off the table here. Another move right now. Have a small position left on this one. See if we can break that area here. I'm looking for the 18 to ideally break. TOS is a little bit slow right now. I'm going to close the rest of this trade, maybe made 3%, 4%. It was kind of a small trade. It was looking for a red to green move. Yeah, closed way too early on this one. Woo! That was actually the move I was waiting for. You know what? I'm still kind of mentally in my red streak, so I gotta get rid of the cobwebs like you guys said yesterday. Also, I don't like AIM necessarily. I've had many issues in the past. I don't like the fact that it's a back holder stock. That also made me want to be extra careful this morning. So there we go. This was pretty nice. So actually buying the classic breakout on this one at 315 probably would have been a little bit better. So kind of good fun on it. It's a quick little trade. My trades should pop up here at one point right now. they're not popping up. So hopefully we'll see some follow through here. Still moving. Look at this thing go. Having a bit of streaming issues. Yeah, unfortunately, I left a lot of money on the table on this one. My last exit was at 19, and from there, it kept on going up here, another 4%. So yeah, I definitely left some money on the table. I know you guys can make fun of me later, but whatever. I was pretty happy to just kind of walk away with this one. You guys already know how much risk I thought this move had. So this was a pretty nice red to green move. I should have let it go a little bit longer. We also have some nice buying coming in here now. That's pretty good. VERU at 411. Wonder what you're going to do. Check out APDN, still pulling back like a ferocious puppy. APDN has the most volume on the day for small caps. We also have AIM, and then we have ALT that I have not really been looking at. 15 million. Shares outstanding. Kind of an interesting potential setup on this one, I would have to argue. I don't like that we had a big breakout and instantly pulled back. This would make me a little bit weary here for sure. Nice, Corey. In and out. I like the efficiency. Here goes AIM already pulling back. I would watch out with this VWAP pullback. I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know if you guys are watching AIM or not. I got it on my second screen. ALT could be an interesting dip buy here. I gotta say, I mean, like part of it speaks to me. The other part just sees so much risk. It's a bit overextended for me. It's on its third big green day after already a big move in consolidation. So yeah, I don't know how I feel about that one. Let's go to APDN. AIM moving up again. Found some support here. This could rip. I'm watching AIM closely. APDN found some support in this area. AIM looking like it's going to move here. More buying volume coming in now. $27 getting chipped away. Ooh, big sellers at the 30. Moved. I missed my opportunity there. 4% move, quite nice. Woo, woo, woo. I hope somebody got that. I missed that. I was too careful. Sold the first position too fast, and then the second trade, I didn't get aggressive enough. This is a nice first pullback here to VWAP, and then a continuation. I'm really, really weary about the 3.6. Some nice volume in here though. Big buyers on it, 33. 40s breaking out. Boom! Man, why did I not get aggressive on that one? That one looked too good. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Solid move there. My computer's a little bit slow this morning. Also, doesn't feel that nice. I know, guys, I know I'm missing some stocks. I know that. I can only watch so much. GNUS, I'm sure is doing great. I just can't really watch too many. I'm already watching 2 other stocks right now. But thanks for calling it out. I missed this move because I was already watching APDN, and then I didn't switch fast enough. Nice, good to hear, Amka. $45. Let's see if this gets shipped away here. This has been quite a nice little run so far. I really do think AIM might just pull back though after, I don't know, 9:50 or 10 o'clock or something like that. That's kind of big. That's like my big worry on trading AIM. APDN still pulling back here. We have BMPX that we were looking at as well. This could be a potential setup here. It's definitely starting to trend higher after consolidating in the morning. So BMPX was up 80% pre-market. Nice trade, Rashad. AIM pulling back now. BMPX bouncing a little bit. Kind of a strong bounce as well. Had a nice double bottom here. GNUS, 4th lead gapper on the day. Sweet open, went to 167, had a strong pullback there. Big securities deal on GNUS. 5.4 million. $37 million shares outstanding. That's a lot. But still some nice movement on it, despite the large. So AIM kind of starting to pull back here. And having a really aggressive pullback. Could be a bounce off of 3. APDN, a lot of selling volume on this one. I was really nervous with APDN, especially because we had a recent similar incident. Not to mention, look at the daily chart. Every time this thing pulls up to the upside, guess what happens? Every time it has a gap up, it sells off. So I wouldn't be surprised if it kept selling off today. $12 is an interesting area where we might see some support based on former tops. 7%. Got one trade in so far on AIM. Let's see what else we get. AIM is really, really pulling back here. AIM potential bounce right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 candle. Could break over the 15. Ooh, it's freezing in here. I'm like shivering. I'm like, I don't know if I'm shaking because I'm trading or if I'm just cold. It's cold in this room. Still just watching the scanner here, seeing what else is popping up. APDN has definitely the big volume though on the day. AIM has also a lot of volume, but I think AIM might just be done. While I feel like APDN could be kind of getting ready for, you know, bottom bounce or something like that. Been unfortunate. I took my profits too quickly. It's been kind of a common mistake here. I tried to limit that by just selling a smaller portion. Yeah, I don't know. Left a lot of money on the table on this red to green move. So that's a little bit unfortunate on my end. Some sloppy trading. Good entry, sloppy exit for sure. Wow, look at AM pulling back again here. BPMX hasn't really done that bounce that we were hoping for. Still pulling back as well. Finding a bit more support in this area. Remember, it's sub dollar. Don't trade those too much, or I don't trade those too much. GNUS back to 155. But it is, you know, trending back higher here. Definitely some momentum here in GNUS. It's our larger float stock. Here we go. Could be breaking higher. Can we break 67 on GNUS? 68. 69. 1.7. Absolutely insane. Is this thing going to get halted here? Really, really strong rip on this one. Congrats to anyone getting this one. Joe's wondering how I can trade quickly on TOS. Well, honestly, it's hard. It's really difficult because you guys saw that first trade I made with AIM, and I messed up that trade a little bit on the exit because everything was just glitching the whole time. So I didn't really get a good feel for where the price was. That's a little bit issue, I think, on my computer end as well. When I'm streaming, sometimes it's a little closer. I'm on a laptop right now, so. So far, GNUS is still trolling higher. Has a big contract winner. I'm not sure what the float is, but the shares outstanding right now are 37 million. Hey, better than nothing though, Cruiser. Yep, flatten can definitely help if you want to close out your position quickly. 177, building up momentum here again. Yeah, I know, Joe, but if I do that, then my stream stops working. I've already tried that, so I actually reduced my RAM allocation to TOS. Look at look at that resistance at 173 here. Woo! Wow, just got chopped away. This big sellers though pop right back up on it. If I wanted to trade GNUS, I'd probably be looking for about 700 shares. Still watching APDN and AM. Have a limit order on GNUS near the 50 just to kind of have it there in case we get a quick pullback. I kind of doubt it, but I like to also have know what I'm watching here, and this helps me adjust a little bit quicker on TOS specifically. Heiko's still getting a heart attack with his short. Colton's wondering when I hit 25,000. I guess it really depends how much I keep taking out of my accounts. Right now I'm taking out 25% of monthly profit, which I'm thinking about I might stop doing till I hit $10,000, but I haven't really decided on that yet. But that could definitely make a big difference in the beginning. The first few months are always critical. It's tough to say. I would like around October to hit the challenge, but it's really tough to say. GNUS, hot one to watch. AIM pulling back here right now at 312. We might see $3 hit on AIM fairly soon. I'm not sure if GNUS is going to stop. This is such a nice little run here. We have big resistance at 2, which makes me very cautious on it, but so far so good. AIM, like I was thinking, the volume is falling off a cliff on it. People are not looking at it anymore. It's pulling back right now. Specifically, the volume is not looking too good. Still watching it here. This could be a big double bounce here at $3. I'm just going to be watching it for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to trade it. 306, a lot of dip buyers in this zone. 303, $3. I'd be so nervous for this to crack if I bought in. $3 could be cracking. No, yes, I don't know. It's tough to say. It looks like it might bounce here. Could probably be a sure thing, 10 cents a share bounce, but I think, whoo, yeah, I was just about to say you're risking something bad happening, and that was it. That was exactly it. Whew, what a pullback on that. So this first pullback here was 9%. Second pullback was similar. We went down to 93. Looks like the dip buyers are coming in now. Crazy, crazy stuff. $3 getting chipped away again. Buyers on the 3. APDN kind of holding this area, not pulling back as much anymore. Yeah, AKER really is running. $5 big resistance, 180-day moving average right above it. A lot of halts, puts a lot of traders on it. I can see a lot of support coming in on AKER around the 450 level. APDN pulling back up. It's 9:58 a.m. Looking at GNUS. Keeping a close eye on this one, could see a little bit of a pullback here. AIM pulling back past $3 again. Yep, I'm looking at it. Simple Vegan, I see APDN kind of breaking above the 15-minute EMA. Could be a potential entry there on that one. Some nice volume came up on it as well. AIM just selling off really aggressively right now in this area. The gates of glory. AKER back at 4.8. So GNUS had a bit of volume pickup there on that sell spike, so that's not the best sign, but you know, even this one had a lot of sell volume and we still crept higher, so something worth to consider that it might not be that strong of a indicator. AIM might have found a temporary bottom here in this area as well. I kind of think GNUS has a bit too many dip buyers to pull back past 1.5 right now, but I'm just kind of watching it. Let's see. $10.01. AIM having that reversal we were just talking about, 10-cent move back above $3. $55, $54, back at $56. Anyone long APDN? I'm gonna close the window. I'll be right back. So I closed the window and then I was like, well, it's 10 o'clock, one of my least favorite times to trade, so I might as well use this opportunity. Well, I've been drinking a lot of tea, so you know what that means. APDN pulling back to 12.9, guys. We've been waiting for this one to keep pulling back and find maybe a reversal spot. So it was a little bit of a multitasking for me. AIM. I'm about to get a sweater. I'm freezing. Whatever, I don't know where my sweater is. Let's focus here. I'm looking at APDN pulling back at 13. I really want to see some support come in, maybe around 12. I'm looking at AIM a little bit. I kind of wanted to get in at the 293 for the bounce back above 3. Didn't do it though, so just kind of chilling there. I think AIM is a little bit dead, to be honest. GNUS, I would like to buy this one. I'm not totally sure where yet, but we'll see what follows through on it. We have BPMX at 50% on the day. Could be an interesting one. Just kind of waiting. I got one trade already with AIM. That was a nice little winner, but it was a little winner. I didn't hold it long enough, so that was a bit unfortunate. I see you guys looking at ALT. I'm gonna pull this one up as well. Yeah, this one's creeping here. This could break back above VWAP. I don't like the fact that the volume is so light. I got a close eye on AKER. I gotta say, this one does not look too shabby at all. I was hoping we would break 4.6 and maybe go into the 53 territory, maybe even the high 40s, but didn't work. Big volume on AKER. I like the fact that it wasn't really traded too heavy pre-market. Makes it a good contestant for being traded now. In terms of, I'm looking for pre-market trading, but you know, if you get over traded pre-market, sometimes the morning open doesn't have as nice follow through. Big buyers here. Five 1007. Boom. There was a bit of a breakout. $5.10. Nice, Heiko, good to hear. I want to see that bad boy. AKER having a nice solid breakout, kind of slow, but it's there. It's a nice decent progress. What I'm waiting for is maybe a secondary setup on this one. Remember, we got some big resistance right above on it. This one's really starting to build up momentum though in terms of dollar volume, really kind of popping up on the scanner a little bit higher here. It's a good question. I was looking at it a little bit ago. I'll look at it in a second again. I think AKER might be a really good entry. Just trying to watch it a little bit longer here. AKER at 4 million float probably, roughly. 515, can we break this area? Complete vaccine prototype, yep. $517, $516. This is probably the most attractive stock at the moment since it's breaking higher. Good continuation on it. 521, 522. Yeah, solid stuff on this one, I gotta say. I do feel like, though, it might have a little bit of a pullback and kind of set up a bit more of a longer move since we just had a big breakout. That's why I'm not really getting aggressive right now. This was a 54% move, so I'd probably like to see a little bit more consolidation first. Yeah, I see AIM back above the 15-minute EMA. Wow, AKER, look at that pullback. Whew. Big buyers, though, constantly popping up on this one. Ran all the way to 75. Still pulling back here. AKER's got that tiny float. $75 held again, though. Not a lot of selling volume that last time. $85 probably get chipped away right now. VERU back at 4.05. Not really doing too much of anything. Really just kind of consolidating here. Yeah, not a lot of attention on it. I wouldn't be surprised if it just kind of consolidated most of the day. AKER, it's good fun to watch, but I don't see a really nice entry. Although this could be, you know, fairly good dip entry here, pulling back again one more time potentially. Putting an alert on it. GNUS had that dip I was actually waiting for. Woo, AKER still pulling back. GNUS had similar kind of aggressive pullback here. It had a decent little bounce. This would have been a backside move bounce, which sometimes are quite nice. It's definitely on the backside. Man, getting aggressive this morning was like 100% what we should have been doing. And that's kind of what I did with AIM, but I missed that second move on AIM. AKER still pulling back here. That's the stake and shut them down. That's pretty much what California is trying to do. $462, $457. I gotta say, AKER is quite interesting. This pullback has been very ferocious. Honestly, APDN hasn't really got me too excited. Just kind of hanging out here. I don't know. It's tough to say. It looks like 13 definitely is acting as some sort of support. 12.5 is, I would say, probably argue bigger support. AIM, you can just kind of see it's bouncing here. I don't really find AIM that enticing. I mean, this whole move here is 7%. To me, it's just kind of dead. Backside of a move is, simply put, so this is the move right here. This is the first leg on AKER, and this is kind of the backside, although I would argue this is more consolidation. With APDN, you can see that this was the big move here, and this is kind of the backside of that move. I'm always careful because you're no longer buying, you know, bull flag pullbacks and whatnot. You're buying, you know, dips on the backside, which don't really bounce more than 4 or 5%. AKER might just break the 5 area, the 50-cent area. This would be pretty aggressive, I find. Maybe we'll have a little bit more afternoon trading, or not afternoon, but second half of the morning. Again, guys, it's that first, you know, 15 minutes where, you know, if you can get in all your trades in that first 15 minutes, or even just one good trade and then wrap up with that and, you know, be happy with it, that's a really nice thing to do. I want to really wrap up trading by like 10:30, 11 o'clock. But if I got, you know, that really good, you know, full move on one of these stocks in the morning, then I would also probably be wrapping up there and then, unless, you know, obviously I'm streaming with you guys, so I would stick around longer till, you know, 10:30 regardless. But that's kind of the goal with the gap and go strategy. I mean, at this point, you're not really trading the gap and go strategy. Well, you're trading still the gap and go stocks, but you know, the momentum has dried up a little bit. You're probably shifting to reversals, bounces. But we've also seen that around like, you know, 10:20 to 10:30, 10:45, there has been volume coming back in. And then you get these nice, you know, second phase morning runs. Interesting point, Peter, with the 0.4 beta is not likely to move up or down that much. Yeah, that's how I feel about VERU. It's just kind of sitting there. No one's really trading this today. That's why I don't like to hold, you know, gap and goes overnight. Sometimes they only have they're only in play for one day. Not always, but sometimes. I gotta say, APDN is kind of picking up again. I'm gonna put an alert here, see if AKER pulls back, at which point I would be kind of interested in it below 50, I believe. It's tough to say where. Until we reach those areas. If we reach those areas, I'm going to put a limit order here. I don't think we're really going to get to this area, but I want to put the stock up here so I can see it easier. AM pulling back again. AKER might, APDN might be really forming this rounded bottom. Satoshi says it's gotta be on a roller coaster. That is a bit of a roller coaster. That bounce on it was much longer than I expected it to be. AKER is really distracting me from trading some of these other stocks. It's also having a bit of a fade here in volume, so definitely want to watch out for that. If we hit 50, I want to start paying attention to it again. GNUS, kind of an interesting spot. Just kind of bouncing around here a little bit. Worth watching though. This could have a secondary run. Second big green day here. All right, Live in Vita. I'll see you next time, man. Thanks for tuning in. I would probably be trading APDN if it has a little bit of dip here. I like this momentum we're kind of seeing come back into this one. $23. I also don't like the fact that it's almost always just constantly pulled back into these opens. Whoops, wrong position size. That would need to be 80. Maybe we'll get a pullback on this one, maybe not. I don't feel like chasing APDN, but we might get a little bit of a quick little pullback before we maybe break the 14. Big maybes on that one. AKER back at 4.6, GNUS 1.56. Yeah, APDN could be a little bit of a play, but it's a slow one. It's definitely slow. It's trying to make that breakout here. This is kind of what I was waiting for on it. Not too bad overall for a move on this one. Some volume coming back in it for sure. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that. Look at that. People buying the breakout for sure. AKER pulling back. Wow, AKER is a bit all over the place, huh? Look at that bounce. Yep, GNUS at 1.6. That's actually quite an interesting one to watch. GNUS. It's 10:27, getting a little bit later now in the morning. AKER might break here. Let's see where we get to. Went down to 44, maybe even 43. A lot of buyers on this one, coming right back at it. $37 getting chipped away here. Removed my limit order. Didn't like the fact that selling volume was really picking up very strong. Let's kind of watch this one a little bit longer here, see where the reversal is. Waiting is keeping a close eye, making sure there's no news on this one. This one has a very low float. I think we might get a little bit of a reversal here. Got an entry on the 33. Looking for a little bit more of a reversal here. Selling volume did kind of fade away a little bit. Not saying it's over. Could see a little bit of a bounce here. Pull back definitely more aggressively than I thought it would. Looking for this candle to make a new high here. APDN is still crawling up as well. I'm kind of watching that one out of the corner of my eye. Here we go, pulling back more on AKER. Bounce so far has been a little bit weak. Had one more pullback here, just making sure that 29 getting chipped away. Trying to sell this one. Not sure what just happened to my limit order here. Checking here. Not a lot of selling volume though. All right, now a little bit more selling volume coming in. Trying to sell into hopefully a little bit of a pullback here on this one. A little bit annoying, kind of a slow trade. Luckily, it just wasn't that good, you know. Honestly, I should just wrap up at 10:30. Honestly, when I say like, I don't want to trade past 10:30. Every time I do, it seems like something bad happens. Although yesterday I traded at like 11:15 and that, or like 11:20, 11:30, and that got me from red to green on the day. So that wasn't too bad. But I wouldn't be surprised if this had a big reversal. But when the bounces are weak, there's not a lot of volume. Sometimes these things just continue to the downside and I don't really want to get stuck on that. So this was kind of an unnecessary trade. I should have, you know, the trades you really want are those ones in the morning, what we had with AIM. That was really, really nice. So it's a little bit kind of ridiculous that I kind of, whatever. You win some, you lose some. This one could still reverse. I'm not saying it's over. It could just be the beginning of a huge bounce. I don't know. I probably could have held it a little bit longer. 1AP Pro, yes, in the future, but right now it's not possible. I'm still building that functionality, but it should be here at one point. AKER coming back. This is not looking too bad. Not looking too bad at all. I feel like I've been on kind of a streak where I close out a lot of my trades sometimes too soon, but it's not the worst streak to be on. It's better than, you know, having bag holders all the time or something like that. So yeah, can't complain. Nothing really too interesting on it though. I like GNUS as well, kind of moving up here. A little bit interesting activity. APDN, I still have a limit order on it as well. Was waiting for a bigger dip. We might still get it because we had this failed breakout here, so I wouldn't be surprised if we had to pull back to this area. I wouldn't expect more than like a 3% bounce or something, which kind of makes this trade really uninteresting. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. I'm going to be looking for something that might just pull back higher at one point today, something that might start breaking new highs. So that's what I'm going to keep my eye on. Paul, I see you hunting that GNUS. That's good. That's good. Sometimes if you're in a good groove on a stock, there's no reason not to just really, you know, milk it. A lot of selling volume on GNUS. AKER still pulling back. Zillow. No, I'm not sure with the Zillow. I have not looked at it. Clearly $50 is a point of concern in terms of big resistance. Looks like we had a bit of a fake out here and then again, a bit of a fake out. So I wouldn't be surprised if 50 was a lot of resistance. Check out the amount of selling volume too picking up here. Yeah, this thing could probably retouch 40 at some point. I probably wouldn't be taking it, you know, blindly to the long side unless I generally knew something about the company that I found fairly interesting. AKER is still pulling back, so it was a good thing we got out of it. You can really see here that you know, you could easily get stuck in one of these things, you know, thinking, okay, it's going to reverse now, and then, you know, it sucks selling at the low, but then before you know it, there's a new low, and then you're like, well, I'll sell at the next low, and then you're like, no, I don't want to sell at that low, and then, you know, it's a vicious game that you play maybe all the way to $4 or something like that. Yeah, maybe I did sell at the low, and maybe it's going to, you know, have a huge reversal, but then I should be more conservative with my entries in terms of, you know, looking for maybe turnaround indicators, a little bit more reversal indicators, maybe buying first candles, making a new high, things like that. I don't know. You can't like get too upset with a loss, because losses can be actually a good thing. It means you might have avoided, you know, a bag or something like that. So there's nothing wrong with a loss. Although I gotta say, AKER might be doing that bounce that we were waiting for. A little bit of FOMO from me. Now it's at 35, so we would have been green on this trade right now if I kept holding it. Yeah, David. Yeah. No, we've all been there, David. No worries about that. But yeah, it's annoying place to be in. And that's why a lot of these stocks, they'll have a big green day and then they just go back to Neverland because there's a lot of people that have, leftover trades or leftover investments that are, have been going down. So the second the stock pops up higher and they notice that, alerts going off or whatnot, or maybe limit orders being triggered, people are just selling their positions. They're like, what, finally, I at least made back half of my loss. And they're like, you know what, boom, I'm out of here. So that happens to a lot of these stocks, and that's why you want to be really, really careful, kind of continuing that trend. Here goes AKER pulling back again. Although this time it's pulling back, not that much selling volume, so this could be a little bit of a VWAP bounce potential on this one. We have a little bit of volume coming in here again, looking, okay. I gotta say, it's looking okay. Buying this dip right here back to 423, looking for a bit move past the EMA, selling maybe where there's some big resistance at about 4.45, maybe 4.5. It's tough to say. It's a slow mover, and it's typically not what we want to be, doing in this challenge account. So shame on me for doing it. 1042, waiting for some action, but we're not getting it. Like, what are you doing with your VERU trade? If I ever forget the ticker name, I just think about Vero and just add a U instead of an O. I gotta say, Heiko, it's a little sketchy. We got a little cup and handle here. Big green buying volume. It's not super fun, that's for sure. It's clearly in a daily uptrend. What's up, Nick? All good over here. How about you? Trading anything today? What did we have? We had, oh, something's going off, APDN. Kind of aggressive pullback here on APDN. Could be something worth capitalizing on. Yeah, basically right now we're trading a lot of these backside moves and a lot of dips. AKER 4.3, if we held that one, that's a little painful, but that's how it goes sometimes. Nick Gers, am I saying that right? If APDN pulls back into the mid-20s, it might be an interesting little buy here. I don't think it would be anything too amazing in terms of profit, but I do think, we have pretty cap risk, clear risk reward. What's so weird about Gers? I don't see anything weird about that last name. Satoshi, that's why you've been so quiet the whole time. You know, I haven't even looked at AIM for quite a while. I had a feeling it was going to be dead at one point. Basically, after the first move, or the first two moves, I knew this thing was gone. Or I had a strong feeling. I didn't know. You never really know with trading, but sometimes you have like a gut feeling where you're like, this stock based on like the pattern, I just don't like it. Here we go, APDN. Maybe we'll get a little bit more pullback here. Joe just died. Why did you just die, Joe? Oh, it just died. I died. It just died. You just died. I was like, whoa, what's going on over there? Man. These afternoon trading sessions or late morning trading sessions have been extremely slow. Makes me really just want to stop trading at, I don't know, like 10 o'clock, not even 10:30. We have been seeing such little activity. YOLO, I'm 8. Well, it's good that you're getting into it, Nick. If you want to email me, it's in the video description below. You can see my email there. Ah, is that what he was trying to do? He was trying to fool me. Is that what you were trying to do, Nick? That's funny. Show. This is great. It's just a piece of Satoshi. I totally feel you. I'm kind of just hanging around right now, just waiting for some sort of setup. I don't really like being in that place where you're just kind of like dum-de-dum-de-dum. Like, am I going to get a setup to trade? Am I not? And I totally feel like I'm in that place right now. I'll give it a little bit longer. Satoshi, I hope you cut maybe with AIM. That thing just is kind of still pulling back, huh? It doesn't look too fun at all. Well, for short selling 1AP Pro, I mean, it could be enticing for sure, but I don't really want to advise on any sort of short selling since I don't really do it myself. Although I do have a margin account, I could probably start working on at least 1 or 2 short strategies on this live stream. Might be kind of interesting. GNUS has really kind of slowed down a little bit here. AKER, man, oh man, not really anything interesting. Adding to every pullback. You might turn the stock around yourself. with those big old position sizes. I'm going to remove my APDN order. I don't think it's necessarily a bad order, but I don't really care for it at the moment, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove it. Really want to be looking for something trending up, obviously making new highs, something maybe breaking higher. That's really what I'm looking for, not necessarily buying dips. Unless it's the morning panic red degree move. Those I really do enjoy. Yep, that's true, Joe. I'll think about it when AP Pro. I mean, it's quick to open an account. You can open one in like 10 minutes, or not even like 1 minute. That's actually what I did for this cash account. Basically just went, logged into TD, opened a new account, linked it to my other account, and then it popped up on my TOS. It was really, really quick. So now I have my margin, my IRA, and my cash account. Take a look at RVP, Mo says. Good to hear from you, Mo. I don't think I've seen you in the chat today. Maybe you were here earlier. Sometimes it's hard for me to check the chat if I'm in a trade or something like that. Yeah, unfortunately, MO is totally out of my price range. I don't really want to be trading stocks in this area. Rate of change is very slow. Perfect entry and perfect exit would give you about 1%. Oh wait, I just typed in your name. Oh my God, it's clearly past my bedtime. Either that, or I just need a coffee. Are those accounts on TD Ameritrade? Yeah, those are TOS TD Ameritrade accounts. RVP, yeah, look at that 1 day bounce. I like that we're over the close of yesterday or the open of yesterday. That's really nice, $5. Quite a serious bounce, RVP. I'd be a little bit nervous that we're kind of at the end of the line on this one. GNUS. This is looking like a little bit of a gun pattern on GNUS, which could be a really good afternoon pattern. Let me quickly talk about it for a split second here. Talk about GNUS potential gun pattern. So actually on the 5 minute, you can see a little bit better down here, but let me squirt it out. So we basically have the barrel, or no, not the barrel, the handle. We have, you guys are gonna, this is probably gonna be made fun of by somebody. This is the trigger finger, and then basically till 2 o'clock you have the barrel, and it just kind of goes like this. And as long as we're holding above VWAP, which is right here, a lot of times near the end of the day, the gun pattern gets really strong and there'll be a little blow off at the end. And sometimes that blow off happens pre-market. This is a pretty popular pattern. A lot of people call it different things, but in essence, holding stocks overnight, a lot of people are looking for stocks that are closing strong. And anytime you're trending over VWAP, that's considered closing strong. And on these gap and go setups, a lot of times they turn into the gun pattern because you have the handle, you have the trigger finger. After the first run, you have the pullback, and then you have the consolidation, right? It totally makes sense. It's a move that you can consider. I won't be trading it, obviously, because I don't do overnight in this account. But it's a pattern that every time, I speak to traders or overnight traders, it's something they talk about in one way or another. AIM, guys, pulling back really hard right now. $2.7 is definitely some interesting support in that area. Could be bouncing here at the 77 zone. A lot of sellers still there. Buying at the 77, looking for a bit of a bounce. Back to 280. Looking for 280 to ideally get chipped away here, but having some issues there. Definitely a lot of sellers on this one, AIM. Satoshi, we need you to average down again at 280 specifically. $278, some sellers coming through again. Can we have a little bit of a bounce here? It doesn't even look like we will get it, actually. I'm not going to lie. $79. Big buyers now popped up on 78. 280, more sellers there. Bit of a battlefield right now between 280. I'm going to close out this trade as a break even. Looks like it still might continue to the downside here. I kind of doubt it, to be honest. We're at such big support. Could be a nice move here at 280. That's what I'm waiting for. We need to break 280. What I would like to see, though, honestly, is if I had another trade, I would be looking to buy this again on the next pullback. So let's say 280 doesn't break right now. Okay, so it didn't break. So what I would be looking for is the next stop. I would probably be looking for low 270s, maybe in the 60s, high 60s. I don't really see this pulling back much more. And the reason for that is if you check out the daily chart, we have such big support and resistance, multi-month, multi-day support and resistance at about between 267 and about 270, maybe even 280. So we're in a huge support zone right now. I don't know. So I ended the day in a green day, but it was just absolutely ridiculous. I made $9 today. Better than a red day for sure, but it was a scratch. Another scratch trading day for me, which sucks because we called AIM out of the gate. We said, red to green move here. We had to pull back here. I was too cautious with this one because I don't really like the VWAP pullbacks. It runs another 7%. If I just trade those a little bit better, we could have, done 5 on the first one conservatively, 5 on the second one conservatively, and then walked away with 10% profit based on our average position size. Boom, wrapped it up. So I guess in that regard, it's a little bit annoying, but whatever. Here we go. AIM. Let's see what happens. Heike says his stock is the one going up today. That is the essence of trading sometimes. That is, I hope it has a turnaround. It's such a slow mover though. Here's 75, such big support in this area, guys. I think if 75 cracks, we're gonna see a flush and then a nice bounce. I would love to have another trade. Oh, that was it. That was the reversal. 78 just instantly got whacked. Did you guys see that? That was the reversal. Ooh, ooh, that looks so good. Oh my lord. Woo. Ooh, I'm getting all sweaty inside. That was, hang that up on the wall. I think we're about to break set 280. Oh man, that was clean. I would be entering right now. If I had another trade, I would be entering. Could be wrong. I could totally be wrong. I'm not saying you guys should enter. I'm just kind of thinking out loud. But this one candle broke over the last high. That's a good indicator that we're going to have a little bit of fall through here. Yeah, 280. Look at that. So nice. That's what we were waiting for last time. 281. Oh, man, my timing has been really off lately. So called this one. This was a nice little bounce here. I mean, my God, we're just talking pennies in terms of position size right now. It's just kind of ridiculous. Yeah, this is, I don't know how far AIM is going to go. It could hit 3, but I think this is the beginning of a decent little reversal here. Let's see if it breaks through the 15-minute EMA. Some part of me says yes. Bradley says, yeah, Bradley, that's actually exactly what I said. But yeah, I was trying to front run it a little bit. I'm guilty of front running. So yeah, shame on me. How do you get day trades left to show under your account info? That's automatically there. So I don't know. I didn't do anything. I didn't put that there. I am not responsible. But yeah, no, Nate, I have no idea. Again, that's a question I would throw at TOS, TD Ameritrade. They're pretty good with support. I generally enjoy their support. It makes me happy. You guys want to see something a little bit painful as well? AKER says, Alex, you called the bottom, but you got out. You got shaken out, and we're bouncing without you. Darn you, AKER. Darn you. Shoulda, coulda, woulda been a green day. Well, a nicer green day. David's wondering why I only have 3 trades a day. The reason I have 3 trades a day is because I'm doing a challenge account, $25,000, from $4,000 to $25,000. And right now we're at 6,000, basically 300. So if you divide that into 6 trades, that's about $1,000 and $1,050 per trade. Let's just say $1,000 per trade. So since it's a cash account, I don't get my money back for 48 hours. So if I make a trade on Monday, I don't have that money again till Wednesday. So if I trade $3,000 on Monday, I'll be able to trade those $3,000 again on Wednesday, which leaves me $3,000 to trade on Tuesday. So if I alternate 3 trades at $1,000 each every day, I can trade every day the market's open. That's kind of why I can do 3 trades a day. I mean, technically I could make like 1,000 trades at $1 a day, but yeah. Sometimes I make like four trades if I use smaller position size. Sometimes I only do 1 or 2 trades. Actually, I almost never just do 1 trade. That's a lie. That's not realistic. I hope that answers your question a little bit. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping up here because I think I would just be staring at the screen for way too long. Satoshi, I hope you figure out what you want to do with AIM. I'm generally curious how that's going to go. So keep us posted. Heiko, same with you, with VERU. Interesting stocks here. Can you guys like switch out your positions on the different stocks? That might be better. AIM is kind of crawling back up here. My God, that is so annoying. So we had it right on AIM. We just bought one dip too early. But I don't really care because I was risking, I don't know, 5 cents a share, and I was just trying to make about 10 cents a share, so about like 1 to 2 risk reward ratio. And with a stock like that, you're talking about 2-3%. So even a blow away perfect trade would have not really been anything too awesome, but still good fun to be kind of part of that reversal a little bit, I gotta say. High time IPO. I don't know. I haven't heard about it. TI, but could be good. Who knows? I don't trade too many IPOs, I gotta say. I'm not the IPO expert, but if you know more about it, I'd be interested to hear your follow through on the IPO. So keep us posted, man. Spider looks like he answered your question, Nate, under the red X button. Under the red X button. That's the first thing you gotta find, the red X button. Setup. Under the red X button, gear icon says customize panel. Gear icon, right? Positions, orders, account, active traders, security look and feel, display. Am I crazy? What am I looking at? Custom icon that said customize panel. Maybe I'm just really bad at following directions. Wait, I clicked on the gear icon, red X button, customize panel. Here. Ah, wow, look at that little puppy kind of. Where did that come from? Where was that before? Good call, Spy Trader. Day trades left. Look at that. There it is. Nate, your question has been answered. There's the day trades left. You know what? I should probably get rid of that. I should also get rid of a few things like Forex buying power. I don't need that. Stock. Honestly, I don't really need any of these things, but I'm just gonna leave them for now because I don't even use them anyway. Thanks, Spy Trader. Good call on that. I had no idea. Where does that gear icon go when I open it? That's the real question. Customize gadget. I think this is it. Okay, so we figured it out. So basically, you could close the panel or you click this thing, which is the same as the gear icon here when you close the panel. Paul says, I have a cash account on TD. Always says I have 3 day trades closed and 0 resets every day. Can you still make more? Yeah, Paul, cash accounts are not under the pattern day trader rule. I actually asked TOS that same question, and they said it's just how trades are calculated in your account. Like it's just there by default. And when it hits 0, it doesn't matter. You could keep trading. But when the margin account hits 0, you can actually also keep trading, but if you do, your account will be suspended. And if that happens, you can call TOS and they will actually unsuspend your account, but they're only going to do that like once, maybe twice, maybe 3 times. But you got to watch out because once they don't do it, your account's going to be frozen for a while. Well, it's a good little unexpected, fun little Q&A session here. Thanks for that share, Spy Trader. Simple Vegan says sold APDN for $400 profit. Fear came in. Hey, that's a nice trade. $400 profit on APDN. Good stuff, man. All right, guys, this time for real, I'm going to wrap up. It was good fun trading with everyone. Very, very helpful knowledge. I learned something as well every day, just as I hope you guys do. Don't forget to drop a like if you appreciate the content, the rawness of it all, if you could say that. I don't know. I freak out trading sometimes. If you're new here, I come out with a recap video a little bit later, so don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon so you get a notification. If you guys, what I was going to say, one more thing. Oh yeah, we go live every morning at 9:15 a.m. to first review the watch list and then trade the market open every day. So if you are new, definitely consider coming in again for that. I'll see you guys next time. Satoshi, where's the day trade icon? I set it up but don't see a day trade icon. I'm not totally sure. But you can always email me. And worst case, I'll see you tomorrow. All right, guys. Until next time, stay safe. Make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao.